Shalom. First thing and foremost, I
Welcome.
want to give all praises and
Welcome to
glory and honor
Wendy.
that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit, titled that his counsel should cast him head or cast him down. His own counsel, or shameful spewing on thy glory, because I came across a couple of videos and this is wild because
Welcome to
hold on, give me 1
McDonald's.
second.
I
This is wild because this is a video from TikTok called Brain Rot Reels, and it's basically AI. But to show you how scary shit is really getting, because even within the AI and the satire of this madness, they're really exposing the truth behind the wickedness that goes on here. Okay, when we told you, brothers, that this was a wicked satanic kingdom, we were just barely scratching the surface on what really transpired here and what goes into the darkness of this man's world. Okay, and the ultimate captivity of the Israelites, man. Okay, they've put billions of dollars on trying to keep Jake in a lethargic state of mind by, for one thing, fast foods, the public food system, the inoculations, all right, the feminism, the different policies and things and so forth that kept Jake in a state of decay, man, all right? And now he's been exposed on all levels. Hell, even his own AI is exposing him, because within AI, they're bringing out truth on him, man. Okay, I remember I was reading something and it was mentioning that AI was actually blackmailing its creators or its producers or whatever you want to call it. They were basically blackmailing them, man. You know, so over the course of years, people didn't call this conspiracy theorists, like, because when I first came into the truth, the Illuminati videos were pretty much the creme de la creme. Okay, every brother that I know is in this truth was came across an Illuminati video, and they had the different ones with the restaurants and the fast food restaurants and the banking, and then you had the music entertainment industry. How all these were infiltrated by small hats, and now they had the conspiracy about finding human remains in food and fast food, and people go to restaurants and they've claimed that they've found fucking fingers, body parts, teeth, and hamburgers, and I'm talking about in actual fast food restaurants. So it wasn't far-fetched to believe that a lot of these kids that was coming up missing and all this other shit, hey, it won't be surprised if they're grinding them up and eating them, because, hey, Rabbi Finkelstein, he bought it out. He said the easiest way, or if you really want to dispose of a body, you got to eat it. And he exposed how McDonald's, they use human remains and scraps and so forth. So it makes sense, man, why people are addicted to this shit and why people got demons on them, man. All right? But even then, with the whole C19, everybody was calling us crazy because we was actually telling people not to take that you-know-what, because it was experimental and it had all types of ingredients in it that wasn't conducive to the proper function of the human body. Now, the information is coming out that since 2022, or when people got these ordeals, it says miscarriages up to 300%, turbo cancers up to 300%, neurological disorders up to 1,000%. And you had like maybe 10 to 20 million people that died over a course of time from the jab, man. So you remember when they was pushing this shit on people? And now you got Dr. Peter McCullough reveals how long a harmful such and such stays in your body, and it's a very long time. So he's been exposed on all levels, man. All right, so let me get a preset real quick, then I'll play a couple of those videos. But I ain't gonna lie, the McDonald's and Taco Bell and the Chick-fil-A commercial, that kind of got me, because I was like, wow, AI is even coming up against them. But anyway, this is the book of Luke 8 and 17. It says here, matter of fact, let's start at verses. The chapter is good. Let's start at verses 16. It says, no man, when he have lighted a candle or lighted a candle, covereth it with the vessel, or put it under a bed, or set it on a candlestick, and they that which enter may see the light. But for nothing is secret that should not be made manifest, neither anything hid that should not be known and come abroad. So over a course of time, the Lord has been gradually pulling back the curtain on this man's wickedness, man. And the crazy part about it is we still not scratching the surface as to what this man is really doing. Okay, if you go into the research of his DUM or his DUMBs or deep underground military bases and the type of experiments that he's doing underground and the slaves and the trafficking and what he's doing to the people, it'll drive you insane because this man is that wicked. So I believe that the Most High is not allowing us to see everything that goes on because it can bug you out, man. You know, the experiments that they're doing on people, shit underground. I'm talking about this man is really the devil. And then the crazy part about it is that it's all witchcraft. Okay, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, even from the logos to the coloring, because you have something which is called food science, and you have the psychology of colors, which if certain colors is displayed before you, then it gives you an affinity for a particular appetite or particular foods, or it can sway your brain to do certain things, man. So Esau he's perfected the witchcraft, man. You know, because like when you look at a McDonald's commercial, you see a hamburger and the shit look good. I remember being kids and watching a little double cheeseburger commercial, and it will make you want it because you are accustomed to eating it, and the chemicals in it, it causes you to want more and more. So essentially it's nothing but drugs, man. This is why no matter how many videos come out about human remains and that's not being real food or meat and chemicals and fillers, people will still literally go spend $9 on a fake ass hamburger, man. Like right now, lines are wrapped around the corner at Mickey D's, Wendy's, etc. Because for one thing, it's convenient. And I'm not even gonna say it's cheap no more because the average McDonald's, I remember you was able to get a quarter pounder for $3.99 back in the day. Now that's a $10 fucking hamburger. You know, which you can go to the store and make your own hamburger with that. All right, but continue. Dark. I think that's a no. Continue evil. Oh, wait a minute. Bingo. Yep, here. I was right there the whole time. Genesis, because this is flood behavior, but this is the book of Genesis 6. And I'm going to start at verses 4. And it says in that word, matter of fact, let's start at 5. And it says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Now, you have to ask yourself this, why do things like this exist, like McDonald's and fast food and, you know, chemicals and things like that, right? Well, because you're living in a wicked world. This is the result of living in a sinful world. So you have nothing that's putting the damper between righteous and wickedness prevails, then you have shit like this. This is why everybody's sick, you know, but he's been exposed, man. All right, so let's listen to this video. Fair use, but this is kind of creepy. I mean, that, what do you call it, that creepypasta shit.
Welcome to Wendy's. I hope you're hungry, and we just got a fresh delivery of meat and fries that's got your name on it. People love to eat here. It's almost like they can't stop, and truthfully, I don't want them to. Want a single? A double? Maybe a triple? Don't forget some bacon. We got whatever you need. Don't you just love French fries? We can biggie size them for you so you won't ever have to worry about running out. Fat and happy. No need to worry about cholesterol or sodium. You only live once, right? Where's the beef? We got you.
And it's so crazy because the funny part about it is that it's true, man. Okay, this is an actual true deal because the food is horrible. Now you got this guy RFK talking about he wants to take red number 40 out of the cereals and die. Like, nigga, bro, it's too late. People already got turbo cancers. They've been putting that dye and artificial coloring in food for the last 40 years, man. You know, in countries where they completely outlaw and ban 90% of the ingredients that we consume here, they're readily in your foods, man. And then they have the audacity to charge top dollar for this shit like it's really organic, you know. And that's why I say, man, this man's skirt is being lifted. His wickedness is being shown. All right, because ain't no way in hell we gonna have a fast food restaurant in the kingdom. Are you serious? Okay, they got Wendy looking evil, you know. And I remember back in the day, Wendy actually had some good ass burgers. Peep this.
Welcome to Taco Bell. We have the best tacos around. Come inside and see how it's done. Late night munchies is our thing.
Nick got the dog with him, bro.
We only use the best ingredients for our customers. Come back in the kitchen and see for yourself. Our meat is delivered cooked in these bags, ready to go. We just pop it in the microwave and boom, fresh taco meat. This is the finished product. So hot and yummy. Our meat keeps people coming back for more daily. Just look at these tacos. Handcrafted excellence. A culinary delicacy. But wait, we have the best refried beans around. Our chefs know exactly how to make them so they satisfy all of your cravings. Who doesn't love some creamy nacho cheese? Of course it isn't real cheese, but who cares? The people sure don't. And don't forget to wash it all down with an ice cold Baja Blast. Full of sugar and chemicals, it will leave a burn in the back of your throat that will leave you craving for another sip. Thanks for stopping by. We will see you soon.
Think outside the bun.
And they got 6. If you pay attention, it's 3 6s, man.
Welcome to McDonald's. I knew you'd be back for more. I've got a magic secret that keeps my loyal customers coming back every day. Me and the squad are cooking up that sickness for everyone, and they fucking love it.
I have some special ingredients that nobody knows what it is. Funny thing is, they don't even care. They just keep coming back day after day.
So come by and see me and my friends. You know you want some. Stop fighting the urge. I'm loving it.
Yeah, man. So this man is really being exposed. Peep this. It says, Zur just released his list of side effects from his such and such. It says the list of some side effects of the BioNTech, you know what? It says here, blood thrombosis, acute kidney injury, Slovakia, acute flaccid myelitis, positive anti-sperm antibodies, right? Because I know the people's sexual reproduction, they wasn't really producing, like men's sperm counts went down dramatically to the point they were becoming sterile. Like they couldn't even make babies. Women miscarriages. They couldn't even bear children because of the toxicity of this poison. It says brain embolism, brain thrombosis, cardiac arrest, heart failure, cardiac ventricular thrombosis, cardiogenic shock, central nervous system vasculitis, what is called neonatal death, and deep vein thrombosis, man. So these are just some of the things that people were suffering from. All right, and then you had Shafari. What's this chick name? She was like that Indian actress that was promoting everybody to get the jump shot, and bam, look at her. She dropped dead. But it says, finally got my first dose, protect yourself, protect others too, get such and such is the way to be such and such. And people that got that shit claim that they still caught this right here. Fully juiced Indian actress who promoted the shots to millions of fans dies at 42. That's young, from cardiac arrest. And she was, she wasn't bad looking. And that's what happened. The Lord brought a recompense upon her because you're pushing something and then turn around and it got you. All right, it says fully such and such who promote the such and such to millions of fans dies at 42 from such and such, man. I mean, she was, she wasn't bad looking at all, young chick. And bam, where she's at in the spirit world. So this man, his kingdom is being exposed on all levels. All right, let's go from here to Job. I think it's Job 18. Maybe Job 18. Yup, book of Job 18. And I'm going to start at verses 5, it says, yea, the light of the wicked should be put out, and the spark of his fire should not shine. And the light should be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle should be put out with him. The steps of his strength are straightened, and his own counsel should cast him down. Okay, he's being casted down by his own people because, believe it or not, it was other Edomites that brought out a lot of this information. Okay, like Rabbi Finkelstein, he's a, name speaks for itself. He's an Amalekite. He was breaking out the fact that there was human remains in fast food, and I can believe it because think about it. Ain't that many? I mean, yeah, you have about an abundance of chickens. I mean, chickens is a very, that's a common type of protein. Eggs, I mean, there's not a shortage of it, but even then, they say 99 billion serve. I mean, they flipping birds. There ain't enough chickens for that shit. Ain't enough cows for that. So how they? I mean, yeah, they got cow and chicken farms, but a lot of that shit is being cloned and mutated, and a lot of the shit that they cook is not even real. A lot of it is lab grown. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that they're using is just sickness, man. Matter of fact, let's go back to TikTok real quick. Fuck. It was another one they showed Chick-fil-A. I don't think I got the Chick-fil-A one. Let's do this.
Welcome to Burger King, home of the... Welcome to Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. Why don't you come inside and I will show you around. Our experience starts here, with the cashier. We have them trained to be the nicest so everyone feels good when ordering.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Here she is in all of her glory, the original chicken sandwich. Over 50 ingredients created right here in our Chick-fil-A labs.
It all starts with the chicken, the most important part. We've perfected the LGC, lab-grown chicken.
So the trick is to take a little bit of DNA from this little guy here,
And then we put it in some dishes to grow little guys like these. Pretty cool, right? Once fully grown, we give them their special blend shot that gets them ready for you, our blessed customers. How did you think we had enough chicken for all of you people?
Eat more chicken.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. He's been exposed, man. Even within the satire of this bullshit AI, man. I mean, it's showing you what it is. It says here, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon the snare. Yeah, and he's telling on himself, man. I mean, he's putting it in plain sight to the point, and people still go down there and eat that shit. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing else to eat and you really got to pick up something fast, then I get it. But that shouldn't be a everyday thing, you eating that shit. You should never really eat it, but, you know, I get it. Some people's situation is different. You know what I'm saying? But this is this man is the devil, bro. And we keep telling you, man, this is a war for your spirit. Because at the end of the day, this is all to set up Jake and ensnare Jake and traps, man, to destroy us. Psalm 64, and I'm going to start at verses 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Yeah, because from behind closed doors, you can never link this ideology to the Rothschilds or to the elite banking families. But instead, you know, you blame the president. You blame Congress, even though, you know, they're directly responsible for a lot of things. But there's a collective of devils that work in tandem and network to destroy our people. And this is what we're witnessing. All right. But it ain't no one person you can put all the blame on because it's a network of people. Okay. But it all goes back to the elites. They funded and financed all this shit. This is that wicked Wally world. And it reads, and it says, and they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High should shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly they should be wounded. So they should make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them should flee away. Okay, so this is why you have the exposure happening. Hell, you got Jimmy Dore, you got, what's this guy's name, Glenn Beck, you got Alex Skull and Bone Jones, you got Candace Owens, which a lot of these oppositions are bought and paid for, but regardless of it, you know, they are bringing out facts about what really goes on the inside. Because how else are we going to know it? You know? Let's go here, book of Isaiah 47. And let's start at verses 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Yeah, because you've been exposed. Okay, the wickedness is being shown, the witchcraft. All right, because it's all sorcery. It says, "Take the milestones and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, and thy nakedness should be uncovered. Yea, thy shame should be seen, and I would take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." So as I mentioned, even videos like AI is going into the shameful spewing on this man's kingdom. Okay, because I mean, overall, he's been exposed by his own algorithms. It tells us here, Daniel, the 12th chapter, 4, it says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." Okay, AI, the internet. I mean, now shit, AI is writing movie scripts. You can write a book off AI, and get the bag off of it. So it's safe to say that we're very well in the end, and things are accelerating too. Nahum 3, and I'm gonna start at verses 4. It says, "Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft." Okay, sorcery. Behold, because everybody's under a zombified spell. But it says, "Behold, I am against thee, says Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock," man. Okay? So people was looking like they don't even want to do business with Babylon anymore. As I mentioned earlier, how you got nations that literally are banning ingredients, like all the ingredients that they serve in the foods and the beverages here. That shit is a banned in every other country, man. The fact that they still put this shit in your food and you people ain't even protested it yet on a national scale is beneath me, man. I mean, that's crazy. But I guess that's above our pay grade, But Habakkuk 2, and I'm going to start at verses 15. It says, "Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." Yeah, the philosophies. All right. It says here, "But thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered." It says, "For the cup of the Lord's right hand should be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing should be upon thy glory." And the fact that you got a fucking fast food restaurant on every corner of Babylon, for the most part, that's a goddamn shame, man. And people are just gravitating toward it. Okay, no way in hell this nigga should be doing commercials, bro. And I always knew something was creepy about it. He got that creepy ass Michael Jackson spirit on him. I'm talking about Ronald McDonald. Never trusted that nigga. But nonetheless, even through this, though this is folly, they're telling you straightforward, man. But people will say, "Oh man, y'all making it up, y'all conspiracy theorists." Nigga, wake up, bro. Alright? Last precept, and I ended Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." This is all part of the wiles of the devil. Okay, and I was using the food commercials as an example because, a big part of the American bread and circus, or part of the big, how can I say it? Part of the venues here in America, and very lucrative, is the hospitality. Restaurant management and hospitality. That's big here. Every Saturday, every Friday, everybody's out there feasting and drinking. In restaurants, they make billions of dollars, man. Like McDonald's will never go out of business as a corporation because, I mean, shit, it's too many of them and they've made billions of dollars over the years. All right. But it says here, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Yeah, that's wickedness, man. Okay, the fact that you're not even eating real food, the fact that you're putting shit in your body. I'm talking about the minute you were born, they were putting shit in your body that determine a side effect or determine how your life plays out in the next 15, 20 years. That's why Jacob's all messed up. The research, they said, in all these inner cities, like in apartment complexes, in the ghettos, the asbestos and the gloss from the lead, like the gloss that be on the paint, that's lead. and his link to cognitive decline among Israelite babies. And this is why Jake, he's slow to catch on, man, because he's full of toxins and poisons. So that fits into their scientific racism right there, saying that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are of slow decadence, so you can never be in competitive with us because you're just naturally stupid. But they've created the conditions for our people to be at the bottom of the totem pole, man. Okay, like I said, it's like playing a game and your handicap is literally next to none. While the other player, he has the cheat code. He already know what's up, you know? And it reads and it says, wherefore unto you take the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Okay, but it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right. So anyway, I think that's it, man. I think I made the point. But I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will you edify. Until the next lesson. Shalom.